Let's do this.
Yeah, man.
Here we go. You heard it. I heard it. Mewtwo means we're going to be seeing Mew² versus DKoopaKid.
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 DKoopaKid?
DKoopaKid.
Is that how you say the name? DKoopaKid.
DKoopaKid. Unless Typo is like messing with us.
Can we ask and get confirmation?
DKoopaKid.
It's DKoopaKid.
DKoopaKid. DKoopaKid.
DKoopaKid.
DKoopaKid.
DKoopaKid.
DKoopaKid.
I'm just going to call him Koopa Kid.
I'm gonna call him DKK.
DKK?
DKK. DKoopaKid.
DKoopaKid. Mahogany.
Mahogany.
Mahogany. Game number 1.
Ron
Mew², of course. We're not repping the Ron Burgundy. This is not San Diego. This is Smashville. And Mew² is going to be repping that Mewtwo that we know and love him for. I mean, this is one of the things I love about commentating sets and downs. This is the only place I think you're going to be seeing Mewtwo versus DDD. It's so weird. Such a strange matchup.
You know, Dallas certainly does have its variety when it comes to the rosters in all of these Smash games. I absolutely love it.
So here's something to consider. Most people don't know, but Mewtwo is actually on the extremely light side of this cast. Definitely a very fragile character. I believe he's the second lightest character in the game.
That's really straight.
Yeah. And because of that, look at that knockback that we saw from KoopaKid's down smash. Knocks him without even giving him a chance to recover, sends him out flying.
Down tilt into fair. I like what I'm seeing because here's something else interesting you can do is you can potentially be knocking. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
my
man.
goodness, just got swamped with one of those forward smashes. You know what? There's two characters that I feel like in this game, when you hit them with a forward smash, it's the most satisfying feeling. I think one of them is DDD, the other one is Ike.
Yeah, no, DDD, that hammer, so strong. Granted, a lot of people feel that DDD got a bunch of nerfs going into this game, but even if that's true, you gotta still be afraid of the hammer, and you definitely gotta be afraid of a Shadow Ball. Super effective, ends up taking out that stock from KoopaKid.
Shadow Balls can be really effective not only as a tool that you use to go out there and create damage and threat zones in front of you, but it can also be used as a tool for movement, especially when you need to move yourself off stage to potentially be in the right space for those kills. We can see some shenanigans, but right now, the KoopaKid doing such a great job of putting out all these Gordos and completely ruining Mew²'s neutral game.
Dude, he just boxed him into the corner and said, I know you're going to be aggressive trying to get out of this. Took a couple of steps back and had the down smash waiting.
Yeah.
That was excellent. And that's one of the things. Mewtwo has kind of a limited tool set, right? It can be tough whenever you're backed into corners like that. I mean, in some cases, you can maybe do something like, I don't know, teleport towards center. But even still, with such a down smash that covers so much range, it can be incredibly difficult to get away from.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know Mew² because he plays a bit of Mewtwo, but don't worry, he's got other Pokemon characters. He has a fair amount. He knows all the Pokemon characters in the cast.
Yeah, we've seen his Pikachu actually at the most recent Shockwave. It did pretty well, but I don't know. Is he going to be going with the Pikachu or is he going to be sticking with Mewtwo? Trying to figure out exactly where he's going to take him. Based on the fact that both of the KOs were off of the sides, he probably wants to pick something with large blast zones to the side. But at the same time, he needs something that I guess isn't too big that he can really capitalize on as well.
He needs something where in the middle of the screen, you have a good amount of room to run around with. Because if you're stuck in a corner and DDD goes for that smash, you're stuck in a corner.
Yeah.
Right? But you want to be able to move around, maneuver, find your positioning, find your spacing, and get time to charge that Shadow Blast.
And that's really big, I think, for Mew² in this matchup, is he has to figure out ways to avoid the corner. And already we're seeing that KoopaKid is doing an excellent job of ensuring that Mew² stays there. Forward still continuing to push him away, but he ends up getting out of the corner pressure, and maybe this is his time to exert some pressure of his own.
Does a good job of choosing to charge the ball, ready for DKoopaKid to come back on. You make an active choice whenever you see someone coming back to the stage. You say either I'm going to go out there, I'm going to try to end them early and snuff them out, or I'm going to wait, figure out my resources, and get ready for this neutral game that's about to come back up again.
I feel like people who main those larger characters have such great shielding games because they have to understand that being such a large body, they're more likely to get hit by so many hitboxes. And we're seeing that KoopaKid is doing a great job with those perfect shields to avoid some of the offensive options that Mew² is choosing. Doesn't avoid that forward air though. Mew² loves using that whenever he's floating back to the ledge at that angle.
Well, there's the Gordo yet again, keep continuing to come back into place.
What the super armor? He
Yeah,
just absorbed that Shadow Ball. Up throw, not going to be enough. DKoopaKid repping a much heavier character, but the Galaxy sending him straight to say what up to Simone and the Gurren Lagann crew.
Hell yes.
Absolutely loving it.
I love how much Gordos are a part of DKoopaKid's game. He constantly has something out, always, and that's something that starts to generally wear and tear on your opponent because they have to actively think, oh gosh, is he throwing another one again? Do I have to get my ready to shield all the time? And it's really tiring. Same idea as if you're dealing with laser pressure.
I think that he might have actually used the inhale wind box to get that grab because it pushes him in ever so slightly, and then it almost acted like a sort of like a boost grab of sorts. It was cool. It was really cool.
Ooh, there it is. That's what I'm talking about.
For that quick dash attack, slight disjoint on it, clips DKoopaKid, and it also deals with the projectile from the Gordo very nicely.
You know, there's a funny thing you can do is that if you can, there's ways that you can force the Gordo back towards DDD.
Yeah, I know. And Mewtwo has a couple of options. Not only does he have, of course, that side B to send those projectiles back, but like we see before, just a standard dash attack can do the trick.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, he really dropped down fast there for that back air.
Using those jumps, being so ambiguous as to when he was actually going to make his landing. Mew² caught a little bit off guard by the back air. Tried to steal the stock early with that up smash, and now he finds himself off stage. This could be really big for DKoopaKid. He can bring this back, especially given how much rage he is and how light of a character Mewtwo is. He's going for the back throw and seeing that the up throw didn't work out last time at that percentage. Charges up that Shadow Ball. Nice.
Is that going to be
bit
it?
of a
Yes.
reach. A little bit of a reach from DKoopaKid. He was down so much, and because of that, ends up eating that Shadow Ball.
That's really smart because you wait for that moment for your opponents to overextend, and then you say, I have this killing blow ready to go. And just chuck that out as soon as you see them in recovery frames, boom, good to go. Whiffing moves in this game can really lead to some really terrible spots for yourself. And that's what I was looking for.
Yep, the Pikachu. Those up tilts can mean a lot of hurt for a character like DDD. A lot of hurt. In particular, the fact that I think that Mew² from 0 can probably get DDD comfortably to around, I wouldn't be surprised, say like 30 or 40 from a single combo is going to be really big.
All right, so Pikachu is a super strong character in the fact that he has these super fast attacks with quick attack and up tilts and all these and whatnot. There's tons of different ways that Pikachu can create damage, but also traverses the stage. Pikachu also has a phenomenal recovery and is a rather small character. So sometimes being able to hit Pikachu is a bit difficult.
A bit. Oh man, I love
that Gordo got stuck.
Yeah. Sometimes if you do it right, you can actually stick the Gordo on the ledge there, which is always so much fun to watch. But yeah, on top of that, Pikachu is definitely a bit heavier than a character like Mewtwo, which means that Mew² ideally could live longer, but he still has to be so cautious. So cautious. Pikachu, even though he's, you know, heavier than Mewtwo, doesn't really mean much, seeing as Mewtwo overall is still a pretty light character.
Now, this is what you're used to seeing between these up airs and back airs. That's how you really build the percentage with Pikachu. That and down smash is also really, really strong. So what you can imagine is when you get to those situations where down smash comes out and becomes a plan, that lightweight with Pikachu also becomes a problem as well. So in some senses, DKoopaKid really can make this matchup a bit of a pain for Pikachu. It's that idea that Pikachu has to work really hard to build percentage and get the knockback versus DKoopaKid and DDD, where you can just soak up a lot of damage, but get the right hits, the hard hits, and get the socks.
Exactly. It's almost quality versus quantity, right? Every single time DDD hits, it is a meaty hit that does so much knockback and so much damage. Like we saw right there, that down smash nearly took it. Up smash, not going to be enough either. Mew² might be down to his last limbs here on the winner's bracket.
You notice that you're seeing Thunder Shocks coming out from Pikachu, specifically to knock back the Gordos from DDD.
You know, I thought that it was going to be easy for Mew² making this character switch to rack up a lot of percentage and get some easy KOs, but it's so much more difficult. That down smash is going to send him right out of the winner's bracket and straight into losers early.
Man, Between
rough.
these two, they both had such crazy killing power. Pikachu has this ridiculous up smash, but you know, you don't get to use it in these matchups.
And
so
that F smash too, but it
F
just,
smash is great.
he never had that chance. He
Exactly.
never had that chance. I think some of the characteristics on DDD's properties from like a floaty standpoint may have made it more difficult for him to combo with some of the up tilts like he was hoping, and he struggled a bit on the percent racking standpoint and also on the KOing standpoint. It is what it is.